None of us really know. None of us really know.
I know.
No, I know. Perfect timing, Keith.
Keith, what's up?
Your favorite movie of all time. F9.
Oh, good.
How is there any other choice than Remember the Titans being number one?
I'm curious.
I'm spoiling mine, but
Well, let's see. Here we go. Yeah, that's a good, good
I'm
question,
not even
Brian.
done talking.
you shouldn't be talking at this point.
Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to Apocaflix Movies, Apocaflix Now, the movie hangout show. This week we are doing a Thursday show, and that was because we had some birthdays this past week. Of course, my birthday was yesterday. I won't say how old I've turned. You guys can guess. I'll let you guys figure that out. And then Jacob had a birthday on Monday. It's always fun, Brian. Like Jacob's birthday is on 24th. Mine's on the 26th, and like
Very easy to
oftentimes,
remember.
yeah, we oftentimes in the past have celebrated on the 25th and had like a joint, thing amongst our mutual friends. But we're getting older, and birthdays are just, like, what does it mean anymore, Brian? Like, when did birthdays not become relevant for you? Like, it's just, is
30.
it still a thing? 30?
Yeah. I've always and I I'll get to that in a second. Birthdays, I just like, yes, happy birthday, Gio.
Thank you.
Yeah, I don't really care. I just like birthdays just because you get together with people. Other than that, I could care less. I'm at the stage where I forget which year I'm turning. So I'm like 34? 34. Yeah. So, yeah.
Birthday cake or no birthday cake?
I don't really care. I'm not too picky. Like, I'm not. Yeah, I mean, if it's there, yes, I'm not gonna I need a birthday cake. So and if I did, I would want an ice cream cake.
Yeah, ice cream cake for sure, man.
Yeah.
For myself, it's now become a thing where like I'm like anxious, like, okay, are my friends gonna pull a fast one? I know we're out eating at a restaurant. I don't want to, I don't want to have the crew come over and start clapping and singing happy birthday and all that shit.
I hate that. Don't ever do a birthday at Joe's Crab Shack. I did that. My dad took me one time, and they do like a whole thing. Like they made me like take two like cups and like pretend I had a beak and run around the restaurant while they sang happy birthday. Like it was a nightmare. Don't ever do Joe's Crab Shack. They don't just sing to you. They give you like a hat and all this
Yeah, what's funny is Jacob and I celebrated. Joe's Crab Shack is a pretty popular seafood restaurant in Sacramento. I don't know if they have a chain restaurant.
Oh yeah, it's
There's
big chain. Yeah.
Oh, they do? Okay.
Yeah.
See, so how much I get out. But Jacob and I, one year, we all celebrated at Joe's Crab Shack, and they decided to give Jacob and I these sword balloons. You know how they make the balloons and they make a sword, and we got to, sort of have a Jedi fight. I think I still have a video of it.
Oh my
And
God. We'll have to post
yeah,
that.
no, I was taking it serious. I got into character here.
Of
I
course.
went Palpatine. I'm pretty sure I jumped and did a rolling,
One of the
stab.
spins.
Yeah, but it was a good weekend. It was a good week. Jacob might be a little bit late this evening.
We
Probably
don't know
still
where he
recovering
is.
from his. Probably still recovering from his birthday hangover and
I'm
whatnot.
curious because he has a new job at the school we work at, so I'm curious what and where he is. Because my classroom is technically on his side because they moved
Mhm.
me this year,
Yeah.
so now he can. I'm like, are you near me? You can just come sneak into my classroom a little bit and hang out. But he's a good two shoes, so he won't do it.
Ah, that's so cool. You guys are working closer together and,
Yeah, it'll be
uh,
fun. I
run
can
into each
bully.
other.
Now he's a full
Well,
time employee, so I can bully him. Uh, yeah, it'll be more fun. I'll HR him if he ever makes me mad for no reason.
hey, what you said last Tuesday on Apocaflix now, it just
Yeah, exactly. You out of bounds. I'm gonna report you to HR.
Oh man. Well, otherwise, other than the birthdays, Brian Avellino is with me. How you doing? How's your week been? It's Thursday.
It has
What's up?
been it has been 3 weeks since I've been on Apocaflix. It's been
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
been
we missed
wild.
you, buddy.
I'm good. I'm
Some
back
adventures.
in Sacramento. Let's see. What were the reasons? I know one was a
I think about
birthday.
sports, right? Or
Yeah, one was a birthday. One was an A's game.
nice.
I don't remember what the other one was. Something. Oh, oh wait, no. Maybe it was only two because I think it was supposed to be this one, but then we ended up moving it to today. So it was two.
Yeah.
Um, I'm good. Back in Sacramento. In God, I hate how hot it is here. So for those of you that don't know, I've been in the Bay Area basically since May.
Yeah.
Just hanging out with my mom, childhood home, childhood friends. Well, not childhood friends, but friends back there. Hanging out with family and stuff. And I did not miss the heat up here one bit.
It got pretty hot.
Holy
Yeah.
hell, it is hot.
Yes.
The Bay Area, you get kind of treated to some cooler weather depending how close you are to the bay, which I'm not. I'm in a valley, so it's hot, but it is not this hot. Like when you guys were in the 110, like it was only like 95 at most where I was, and I'm like, I
Right.
would die. I would absolutely die. And then there's Rachel, who is in Arizona, and it was only 118
Hi,
degrees.
Rachel.
Hi, Rachel. I don't know how people live in Arizona. I uh, Arizona and Las Vegas always seems to be so hot.
Yeah.
I can't. I mean, it's bad here. You guys were in the hundreds nonstop for like a week at least. Ugh.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm curious how long it took Rachel to get used to that type of weather, and then you got Karen here, Las Vegas, 117. So I
I just
just
I can't.
man,
God bless your air conditioning because I couldn't. 80. Ugh. See, okay, here's the thing, Gordon. You are in the 80s, but you guys have to deal with humidity. I don't know how people do it. I can't. Andy, we don't know what your weird numbers and Celsius and no, you guys are doing it the wrong way. Okay,
oh they go off. Where's Andy at?
Australia.
Oh, oh,
Yeah. So yeah, no
Celsius, huh?
one knows what you mean or talking about. You weird Celsius people. 5 degrees. 5 degrees here is below freezing. So yeah, it is. I have to check myself for a second. 32 degrees. Um, yeah, no one knows. No thanks.
So wait, is he saying it's actually 5 degrees over there?
No, so 5 degrees Celsius. So whatever 5 degrees Celsius is. So watch. Let's see. What is the temperature of 5 degrees Celsius?
41 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, so
Um.
Fahrenheit.
So yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh,
Samir, I feel like Georgia. Well, I've never been to either, so I can't say anything. I was gonna say, is Texas and Georgia? I mean, you still have humidity. No, no.
man.
Can't do humidity. I would love to move to Boston and live out my Bostonian dreams, but I just can't do humidity. I just can't. And I'd have to do snow as a California kid. It's just no. It's just tempting. The
Takes
wrong
some getting
fate.
used to.
Yeah.
Well, when weather is really bad, where is a good place to go to escape the weather? A movie theater.
Yeah.
A movie theater is one of several places. You can go to the mall, you can go to work and just blast that AC, that's always a silver lining, but a movie theater is a place to be to escape this hot weather, this heat wave, and that's a great transition into the box office performance of what the internet has labeled Barbenheimer. That is Barbie and Oppenheimer, two movies that are pitted to face each other that became a trend. Like
Yeah.
it was just all over the internet and people of all ages were just taking part of this. I don't know at what point this really blew up, but it felt like as the movie got closer and closer and you just started seeing these I sent
What?
you a thing on Twitter, but
Yeah.
you saw it already, Barbie doing this marketing strategy and all that. Like, do you have any comments on Barbenheimer?
It's funny because I feel like up until a certain point, it didn't like, it seemed kind of like hostile. Like, I'm pretty sure wasn't Christopher Nolan like coming after it a little bit? And then you had Tom Cruise trying to push Mission Impossible
Well,
and
Tom
whatnot.
Cruise, yeah, that whole thing, he just that was just
So,
bad planning, not on Tom Cruise's part, probably on the studio's part, because like, Christopher Nolan is gonna command the IMAX. Like, no
100%.
disrespect to Tom
Tell
Cruise,
me
and
if this is
I
loud.
feel bad. Huh?
Is this loud? Can you hear that?
I can't hear it now.
Okay, good. Thank God, because I am dying. I was like, I'm not going to use the air conditioner. I'm dying. Um, I. It's funny because there was all that like drama a little bit um, of this whole like, oh, two big movies being on the same day, and Christopher Nolan's a big movie, and then all this stuff. I think, shockingly, it did the complete opposite of what like big wigs and stuff thought might have happened. Like
Yeah.
I, I mean, if I'm being honest, I thought one of them would fail. Like I was like, someone's going down, so it's going to be one or the other, and it was not. This is I honestly, like, someone can remind me, but I can't think of anything like this.
The one that I heard from another podcast was back in 2008 when The Dark Knight and Mamma Mia came out.
Was Mamma Mia
Um,
that big?
no, it wasn't. But I feel like for like the closest comparison to like, because Oppenheimer and Barbie, two completely different movies, two
Yeah,
completely different target audiences. But I don't know, just the power of social media and the fact that credit to whoever created the Barbenheimer
yeah.
label, and you had shirts that said Barbenheimer on it. You had fan made posters,
I
and it became
I
a thing to where it felt
yeah.
like you couldn't miss out, like be a part of the trend.
I've never seen anything like it, and the amount of money those two made in one weekend, both being huge movies. Usually, like, one will, like, dominate, and then someone is just kind of like slowly crawling in second.
Yeah.
I've never seen anything like it. And it's been so long since I've had a theater experience like this. The last thing I could think of to this level was Endgame. Just the pure, like, butts in seats, people dressing up, people in huge groups, the fanfare, the amount of people in the theater, like that. I was so not used to the amount of people in the theater. And I saw Barbie not opening night or the midnight showing, whatever, the Thursday night showing. I saw it
I'm
on
I'm
the Friday.
surprised. Yeah, I thought
I
you would have been there opening
I
night.
waited too long. I waited too long to get tickets till 2 days before, and
Yeah.
the the whole entire Thursday was sold out. At least the movie theater I was near, the whole entire Thursday, and I was like, "Whoa, this is like I cannot remember anything like this, at least for a while." And the fact that, like, there's such polar opposite movies is the funniest thing about it. You literally have dark and gloomy and then colorful and bright. And it's like, I don't know. It's insane. It makes me happy for movies in general.
Mhm.
That's I think the best thing that comes out of this whole entire thing is movies and movie theaters isn't dead like people said it was.
No.
It's the quality of the movie
It's yes.
that is what's going to draw people into the seats. I think with streaming and COVID, people aren't going to come out unless they know that there's getting a quality movie. We're past the time of, for lack of better terms, bullshit movies, like a studio pushed movie.
Mhm.
I mean, Fast X was like on streaming in what, 2 weeks, 3 weeks?
I'd say about 3 weeks, maybe a month,
Yeah,
and
people. I
yeah,
mean,
that shocker.
yeah, people are just not. If you're expecting to make this type of money and put butts in seats like this, the crappy, like, studio pushed out movies isn't going to work anymore. And I think this showed it, because these were two quality movies by people that I dare you to tell Christopher Nolan what to do, and same with Greta Gerwig at this point. Like, and look what happened.
Yeah, no, I think you're definitely on point about a lot of things that you just said. It's the quality of movies in theaters. It's just and the numbers speak for itself. Like the box office has been struggling, even with movies that I enjoyed.
Yeah,
It's it sucks to see that people aren't just sold like they used to be. And we've talked about it, but I think what makes this unique is the fact that the internet, the movie lovers found a way to make it a fun thing and not so much like a showdown. You had people booking tickets two
two
at a
movies
time.
in a
Yeah,
day.
two movies a day.
In,
Like
in
last
Oppenheimer,
night.
isn't Oppenheimer, like, I haven't seen it, unfortunately. Isn't it like
Yeah,
3 hours long?
it's three
And
hours,
Barbie's
and
two
I'll
hours.
share my thoughts on that. And it's really a thing that a lot of studios are now gonna start to wonder, like, maybe we don't have to avoid this weekend. Maybe we'll put our movie there, and see if some of the magic could be replicated.
Yeah, it
I don't
was.
I
Go
don't
ahead.
I don't think it'll become a thing. I think it's just capturing lightning in a bottle,
Oh,
and
100%.
the fact that you have like two completely different movies. One of them based on, you know, uh, arguably the most popular doll that's ever existed,
Oh, easily, yeah.
Barbie, and then another one being, Oppenheimer, an event that kind of sold itself, with the countdown, with the explosions, the fact that you have an ensemble that includes, Killian Murphy, Kenneth Branagh, Robert Downey Jr., Florence Pugh, Emily. I mean, so on. I mean,
The cast
man,
is ginormous.
I'll share my thoughts. There were people in that movie I was not expecting, some faces I haven't seen in a while and whatnot. But I mean, kudos to both Oppenheimer and Barbie. I think it it's a victory. It's an important victory when you consider the state of Hollywood
Yeah.
with SAG and the Writers Guild, both in strikes. By the way, shout out to Dwayne Johnson. I know he's been the butt of a lot of jokes over the past months, but the fact that he made a seven-figure donation to SAG, I would like to see more of that, not just people putting their
Don't
support
do
on social
this.
media.
Do
Yeah,
action.
yeah, totally. Because some of the stories, and we talked about it a little bit last week. Some of the things that you hear these people talk about, and the amount of money they actually make, and what the studios are trying to pull. It's just like, it's bad. But it's good to still see Christopher Nolan movies succeeding. Greta Gerwig, her first hurrah into a big budget blockbuster, and the fact that she wants to do more. In fact, let's talk real quick, and let's not real quick, but let's start with Barbie, a movie that you've seen. Now, I posted on Twitter earlier today. I went to I planned it out. I had Barbie screening, and then I had Oppenheimer, and I was gonna do back to back. I did do back to back, sort of. The Barbie screening I was at, the movie was scheduled. It said 1 o'clock, right? But you figure 1:15, 1:20 for you know, any trailers and advertisements. Barbie didn't start until after 1:45.
Okay, let's talk about this.
Yeah.
Stuff before movies has gotten out of control.
It was insane.
It's so funny that you said this because I had a whole big conversation with someone about this. My movie, when I went and saw Barbie, was scheduled to start at 1 o'clock, and
Yeah.
I looked at my watch because I don't know why. I just wanted to time it. So I looked at it. 1 o'clock started. The trailers and crap before it went on till 1:29. Almost a half hour of stuff before the movie even started.
Ridiculous.
I mean, there are people that maybe they have a schedule that are like, okay, the movie starts at 1, it's scheduled to be 2.5 hours, maybe 10, 15 minutes of credit, whatever. It was 30 minutes of previews, essentially. And it wasn't even all previews, too. That is out of control. There needs to be a hard cutoff at like 15 minutes.
Right.
30 minutes is absolutely not okay. Especially if you're watching a 3-hour movie, you are now watching a 3.5-hour movie.
Ridiculous, man.
I've
Yeah.
never seen anything like, and that was like one of the first, it almost kind of like tinged the experience a little bit. Because I was sitting in my chair like, when is this movie going to start?
Right.
I'm starting to get like tired of sitting here. And that's the whole point, is you're sitting there to watch a movie, not a movie and 30 minutes of advertisements, some of which are trailers that are on the internet or you've seen on TV.
Yeah, here's the photo I posted right there. 141, and I thought, okay, this is the last one. Let me get a mark. No, another ad played after that. It's just like,
It's
wow.
out of control.
People applauded once the movie started. You know
Yeah,
how
same with
you're like,
ours.
woo, movie started. They're like, yes, finally.
It's not okay, and that can't be a thing. 30 minutes of advertisements is
It's got to be
not
because
okay.
the movie theaters are like really trying to make some money, so they're like, you know what, let's put more ads in front of it and whatnot, and maximize the dollar. And
Yeah, it's just I could not believe it. Like, where's the cutoff? Like, are they going to eventually be like, let's just do 45?
and they wonder why people aren't going to the movie theaters.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. That, I mean, for me, in my opinion, that's a huge chalk up to a streaming service. Why am I going to pay money to sit there for a half hour of ads when I can sit on my couch and get zero?
Yeah. By the time the movie's done, you're like, your popcorn's done, your soda needs a refill, and it's just like,
Oh,
and huh?
I said 100%. I was done with all my snacks before the movie even started.
Yeah.
Uh,
It's insane. And so because of that, I had to walk out of Barbie early so I wouldn't miss the Oppenheimer because I had to squeeze it into this afternoon. So you know me, I don't care about spoilers. Okay, I don't. I kind of read some things, but you can fill me in on the rest of the movie. But
Wait, you haven't seen Barbie?
no, I have no.
Oh,
Well, I haven't seen all the movie. I've seen about 70% of the movie.
oh my God.
I you can fill
Oh,
me in. It's okay.
yeah.
It's
Oh no, you still, yeah, you definitely want to see the end of it. It's the ending is just like, yeah.
okay. So let's start with initial thoughts. I'll let you start off since you've seen the entire movie.
So
Take me through your thoughts of Barbie. Go ahead.
okay. So we all know that how hyped I was on this movie. How it was my number one movie, everything. I definitely think that I went into it expecting one type of movie and getting a different one. So
Right.
it threw me off a little bit in that. Do we want to do? Rachel makes a good question. Makes a good point. Do we want spoilers or no?
Maybe at the tail end we can do a quick.
Yeah, because the only
minute.
reason I'm thinking no is because I haven't seen Oppenheimer yet, and I don't actually really want it to be spoiled. So,
But you know what happened.
I mean, I know what happens, but like maybe I don't know like the intricacy. I mean, I know what the point of the movie is, and I know that, but like if there's
we
like
know the end. The war
yeah,
ended.
if there's like a certain cool part or something like I don't know. But
Okay. So we'll be mindful of spoilers, but we can still talk about.
I won't say anything spoiler. I went into it expecting funny, stupid humor all the time, the whole point, like that whole thing.
Yeah.
I stupidly forgot who was directing this because Greta Gerwig doesn't do that. She tells a story that is deeper. She always does with Lady Bird, with Little Women. Just there's always a very serious undertone to whatever. Even with Lady Bird, because Lady Bird was funny, but it was also very serious in tone at points.
I hear that movie was like partially like loosely about her grabbing.
Oh, it's basically like, yeah. I
Okay.
mean, with
Okay.
little changes, it's basically her growing up story.
Right.
So I think because of that, it might have tinged my watching of it. So Dom texted me asking me what I thought of it,
Yeah.
and I said, like, I love the movie was great. I don't want to make it sound like I didn't like it. It's actually like I think my number 2 right now on my list for the whole year. My I shouldn't have gone into it expecting something because it kind of flipped it a little bit. To the point where I want to go watch it again, knowing what I'm getting, and because I think it's going to make me enjoy it that much more.
Now that you know what you're getting
Yes.
into and what type
And I
of
know that
movie.
it has more of a serious undertone. Because I think I went into it just thinking it was going to be a stupid, silly Barbie, and I didn't think about
There's
the fact
elements
that,
of that. There's definitely elements of
100%.
that. Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
but like, I don't think I, in my mind, set myself up for the seriousness of it, and it just kind of messed with me a little bit because I won't be surprised if I go back and watch it again and it jumps up to my favorite movie of the year.
Yeah. And you're able to catch
Now
things.
knowing what I'm getting in tone, I think it would change. I like I said, I love the movie. It's my second best movie of the year so far in my rankings. So yeah, that was my initial kind of thought.
You know what's one moment I realized I missed when I walked out early? Not because the movie was bad, because I wanted to make Oppenheimer. I hear they made a certain reference to
Oh,
a
you didn't
movie
catch
that
it?
is dear to me. No, because I saw it on Twitter a few
I
days
think
ago, and I was like, "Oh, okay,
I
okay,
think
they're gonna go there."
I don't think in any way the way they did it or even how it came off, it's not like in a mean way. It was more of like a cheeky type of like
Right?
way. And
It's yeah. Go ahead.
because let's be honest, if it was, people would be flipping out, and they're not.
There are some that I try to disassociate myself
Yeah,
with in that whole move. Not even a movement now; it's just a fandom, or I don't even
yeah,
know what it is now. But like when I saw it, somebody capture it and it was on Twitter, I was like, "Is is that what you're mad about? Like that's awesome." The
yeah,
fact that they chose that as a reference in a Barbie movie, and that now people in that audience are going to be like, "What the hell is that?" And it's like, who knows? Maybe they'll
yeah.
discover it. Who
It
knows?
it wasn't the way it was used. I don't. It was honestly, if you don't even know like
Hey,
about.
Andy.
See, that's what I was gonna say. If you don't even really kind of like know anything about it, it would fly right over your head. Like you,
Yeah,
very quick. It's just like someone says it in the back or something, kind of
Zack
like
Snyder cut of Justice League.
yeah, something like that. So it wasn't
I would have.
because I was waiting for that. I was like, oh god, when I heard it, and
Did
then
anybody laugh or chuckle, or nobody
no,
got it?
no, nothing.
Ah,
So
tough crowd.
I think it wasn't as bad as like when I found out they went there. I was like, oh no, and then it was like, oh okay, that's not that bad.
Oh man. All right. Well, before we continue the Barbie discussion, let's bring in the third member here, Mr. Keith Barnes. I'm sure you applauded during the Snyder Cut joke in Barbie. or not joke, but reference. But before we get to that, quickly, how you doing, pal?
Good evening, gentlemen.
Evening.
Quick rest in peace to the great Tony Bennett and the great
Oh yeah,
Sinead O'Connor. Rest in peace to that lady. Very,
that's right. I'm usually good about that in the beginning, but
no, it's okay. Yeah,
was
just
thrown off.
a renegade. That was tough. That made me very sad yesterday. Anyway,
Mhm.
but yes, good to see you guys. How's it going?
Good to see you too, man. We're just catching up. Brian's been away for a couple of weeks, and it's nice
Brian,
to see you guys again.
I'm glad you. So you saw both of these, huh?
I did. I've only seen Barbie. I haven't gotten a chance to see Oppenheimer yet.
Okay.
Yeah,
Great.
For the people in the chat, I do want to see it. I think someone said like you have to see it. Don't let the 3 hours fool you. I want to see it. I just haven't had time.
Yeah, sure.
We'll get to that and the whole pacing of it. Let's stick to Barbie though. Keith, initial thoughts, impressions, expectations.
And we're doing non-spoiler because of a little bit.
People that haven't seen it, is there people?
Yeah.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah.
Good. That's good. Rachel, hello, good evening. Hello, everyone. Yes, Karen, 100%. Yeah, right. I mean, she's O'Connor. Starfield, what's up? Gio, my buddy, really quick. Sorry, happy birthday. I thought your birthday was today. I always think it's the 27th.
It was yesterday.
I was looking at the messages. I saw the message yesterday on people saying happy birthday to you yesterday. I'm like, wait. Oh no, it was just I do that every year. I'm sorry.
It's all good. Thank you, buddy. Thank you.
Anyway, yes. Oh, I love this movie. That was great. It's a lot of fun. We all took all four kids. We all went to see it. The girls, I took it off. I let them paint my nails pink.
Yeah.
Dad, can we paint your nails? Fine. Yes, go ahead. Like just one hand.
So Father of the Year right there, taking the girls out.
Awesome.
But
yeah, it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. Really funny, great performances by everyone. Big surprise. I didn't know. Maybe I saw or just forgot. I don't know. I didn't know America Ferrera was in this movie, but she was really great. She had a great monologue in the middle of the movie, which I don't know if we're necessarily, maybe not spoiling, but yeah, it was really, really great. And Ryan Gosling was so funny. So funny.
Yeah.
Like, you could tell he was having a great time. I saw him a thing on I don't know, on one of the social medias where he said he took the role when one of his kids had a Ken doll like in the mud outside, and he was like, he's called Greta Gerwig. Was like, okay, I have to take this role because I have to tell this guy's story, which I thought was very funny. But yeah, no, I love it. That was a lot of fun, and Greta Gerwig again for the win. She's
incredible.
Really,
she's incredible.
Yeah.
So I have a question for you guys, because you guys have seen Greta Gerwig movies before, right? Like prior to this.
I've seen all.
Yeah.
So having seen her previous work, and obviously, in your opinion, she hit it out of the park with her first big budget feature. But is there anything that like you saw in this movie that you go, oh, that's totally Greta right there? Like that's what she does best.
Her
taking
storytelling.
Taking a property like Barbie,
the way she tells a story.
because she did co-write it, right?
Yeah, I think so. Her and Noah, what's his name? Noah Baumbach, I think is his name.
Oh, her husband. Yeah, her husband.
Her husband. Yeah, I think they were pretty sure they wrote it, right? Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, and there's nothing specific, like the way she switched up Little Women, they kind of told it out of order. But still, to me, a very effective way. I think it's the best adaptation, personally. I know a lot of people are still near and dear to the 90s one, but I like what she did with Little Women. But other than that, I mean, yeah, I think just the way it's written, I think it's very well directed, well written. It's it's I haven't seen enough of her. Like I've only these are Lady Bird, Little Women, and this are really all I've seen. I mean, I don't know how much,
I mean, those are her
big ones.
her staples essentially.
I've seen her act and stuff as an actress, but I didn't really as a director.
Yeah.
I didn't really.
Well, now she wants to be in the big leagues now. Well, not that indie movies aren't big leagues, but you know what I mean. Like, money,
Sure.
more finances, more studio meddling. Hopefully not for her, but I think she knows exactly how to handle that. She's
So
well, this movie's making so much money that you can't. How can you
Yeah.
deny her whatever she wants to do?
she
go
is
ahead, Brad.
now. I think she is now up in the range of probably can get whatever she wants.
Right.
Yeah, she's like 2017 Patty Jenkins, like right after that Wonder Woman hit.
She's way higher.
She might be beyond that. Yeah.
She's beyond. I mean, she's only done. So I looked it up. She's directed 4 movies.
Yeah.
One in 2008 called Nights and Weekends.
Oh, okay.
And then the other being Lady Bird, Little Women, Barbie.
Yeah.
And I mean,
A bunch of Oscar nominations for those last 2 films.
Every single one has had it.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Lady Bird and Little Women, and you cannot tell me this isn't going to be nominated for something.
Sure.
Oh, I think what's production design? Is there an Oscar for that? Right.
So, there's gotta be something, costume or something.
There is.
Costume.
You can throw in Margot Robbie. I mean, because her performance in this,
She's phenomenal.
It's a wide range of going from happy, let's get to call it stereotypical Barbie, to falling apart, kind of what's happening,
sobbing and crying, and learning how to cry for the first time. I got that far in the movie, so
She, to be completely honest, I think it might be a little bit of a crime if Best Director isn't there again.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
I mean, she.
Well,
she made this movie at what it is.
Yeah.
And right now, it's a fucking cash cow,
and it's making
and it is putting theaters back on the map right now.
Remember, this is going to be Amy Schumer, right? She was making the original.
Dude, I read today. She finally talked about and said what her script was.
Oh, okay.
It was so stupid.
It probably was.
Oh my god! You want to know what it is?
Nothing again.
No,
I'm on the fence about Amy. I like Amy Schumer, but sometimes
no. It was It was her script was Barbie's already a real person, and she's trying to design the perfect Manolo Blahnik shoe where the heel is made of Jell-O.
That's not real.
Go look it up. It's literally. I literally read it today.
Really?
Yes, it was. It literally said.
Like that was the original pitch for.
That was the
Amy
original
Schumer's.
pitch, and the studio went,
Okay.
"No, we're good."
Well, good call then. See, that's one of those things where studio meddling's okay. Like you gotta.
Yeah. So she was gonna make a stupid
Yes, it was gonna be
slapstick, goofy. I'm sure she would have had a poignant, tone under or a message underneath, but nowhere near what credit.
Here's what it says, and this was the Hollywood Reporter, so it's not some.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it says. Oh crap! Where did I put it? Okay. Schumer wrote her Barbie as an ambitious inventor. The studio wanted said invention to be a Jell-O high heel. She got another sense that the casting was a bad fit, and she was sent a pair of Manolo Blahniks to celebrate.
Okay. All right. I'm sure there would have been. Okay. I would have given it a shot. Let's just see what's going on here. I'm sure there would have been more that. Sure.
People in the chat are giving a lot of love for Ryan Gosling as Ken, and they're referencing a song. I'm Just Ken. Was that like in the second half or?
Yeah, that's towards the end. Probably like 80-85%.
It's in the third. Yeah, it's definitely in the third.
I'm really
third
about to
act.
buy another ticket for Barbie. Just so I can.
Yeah,
Man, you should. Yeah,
Gio,
Give
you
it a
really
second.
need to, because the ending is
it's a great finish.
Yeah, the ending is just like, wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's really good.
Yeah, again, another reason where like I want to see it again, because like I went into it thinking silly, stupid, funny, and then that happened, and I was like, oh my god, like it's a really moving ending.
Yeah, Brian, were you kind of expecting like a Lego movie, emoji movie kind of sort of thing, or like a Lego Batman kind of?
I mean, I think like I think I was almost kind of like thinking it was going to be like an actual good movie version of like a White Chicks type funny, where it's just like ridiculous.
Okay.
Like where it's just kind of ridiculous,
Yep.
but like obviously Greta Gerwig's gonna there's gonna be a story. Like it's not gonna just be
Slapstick.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
I did not, in my wildest dreams, expect the seriousness that the movie commands at certain points, and the like depth that they're like. I've literally been seeing like TikTok explanations and breakdowns of like what characters mean, like and stuff like that, and I'm like, holy crap, like this just flew over my head. I just thought it was gonna be stupid funny Barbie, and it's like way deeper than I
a lot of
out.
depth, very complex, very layered. Just right in the beginning of the movie, it's like if you love Barbie, this movie's for you. If you hate Barbie, this movie's for you. It's exactly that, you know. And there's characters that fit both of those categories in this movie. You know, I heard to somebody that I listened to she was like, and she said, I hated Barbie when I was a kid, you know, because she felt like just that wasn't a realistic thing of what a woman should be. Like it's like, you know, Barbie came out at a time where, you know, women couldn't have credit cards, but you know, Barbie's an astronaut. It's like, well, which, you know, and this movie really goes into like both of those kinds of ideas, you know. And I love, and again, in Margot Robbie's performance, you get that where she's like, what am she goes out into the real world expecting everything's great because the whole world is great for women because this is how it is here. This is what Barbie is. And, you know, seeing obviously the real world is not that. But yeah, totally agree. I was expecting some of this, but it went way heavier than even I was expecting.
Like, I can't even imagine like seeing this from like a woman's perspective.
Right.
Like, even someone like maybe more even like a parent or an older lady seeing this, because like, I mean, it was
and they had Barbies when they were kids. You know, that's the thing. That was one thing that was great going to see it. You know, because there was women, girls of all the ages, from my daughter Emma, who's 10, my teenage daughters, to people's moms and girls our age, women our age, and even older. You're right. It definitely would have resonated, I'm sure, with all of them. No, it did, I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, you make a point that the amount of times I saw like when I was going into theater, like grandma, mom, daughter, like something like that, or like mom with a couple daughters, or like even grandma with granddaughters. Like, and I've never seen so much pink clothing in my life.
Right.
Yeah, there
was
a movie
fun.
theater
I
right
enjoyed
next
that. That was
to
fun.
my
So did I.
A lot of pink.
Even though like I'm not like actively participating in like the pink and taking a fan. Like, there's something about if you are like a movie theater person, seeing that,
Mm-hmm.
it makes that experience more special.
Absolutely.
And
Yeah.
like, I mean, my theater was completely full,
Same.
like completely full. And
Yeah.
I saw it Friday. And
Yeah, me too.
I saw it at 1:00 in the afternoon, and
Wow.
yeah, and it was like
That's wow. All right.
it completely full.
Yeah.
It's so I didn't intend to. I didn't even think about it. Everyone's in pink. I went in head to toe black. I was in a black shirt, black
You
pants.
ruined the
So
ruined the ambiance.
I was the Allen of the.
Oh man, listen, he was. I completely forgot about that character. I remember seeing that when I was a kid, but I kept thinking like, oh that. Oh man, I heard about the girls had explained to me. I was like, oh yeah, I do remember seeing. They made a friend for Ken. Maybe.
I saw someone.
That's
I
good.
wish I would have saved it. I can't find it now. It was on TikTok, where someone broke down the meaning of Alan and was it Midge? Which one's what's the name of the pregnant one? I think it's Midge.
I think so. Yeah, I can't remember.
And the meaning of like that they have in that movie, and it like almost brought me to tears.
Oh
like,
wow. Okay.
Like it was. There's so many layers in this that you are not going to even notice it on the first time. I guarantee you watch it again, you're going to pick something up.
Yeah.
Every single time. So it blew me away how like just layered.
Yeah, it really is.
So yeah.
Rachel, 3 generations going tomorrow. It's great.
I love that people are doing that, and just it's so funny though, because I will say I sat next to of course I got stuck next to like a 5-year-old, and and I'm like, by the end of it I'm like, you should definitely not be in here if you're like 12 and under. Like there's maybe like if you have a single digit in your birthday, then maybe
I would cut it off at like 8. I think you can deal with, because there's enough of the stuff, all the stuff in it. Like it's all the, again, having 3 daughters, I had all this stuff in my house for the last 15 years, or well, almost 18 years. But all the stuff in it are all like the real toys that are all things. So I've had almost all this stuff in my house, and so there's enough stuff like that in it that, and like a kid, I think probably 7 or 8, maybe can enjoy it. The other stuff's going to definitely go over their head. They're not going to
100%. If for my thought at the end of it is like, this for someone that young, it was definitely like, ooh, look at the bright colors, look at the scenery,
the clothes, and the
characters are being silly,
the houses, and the fun, the little dance thing at the beginning, which is really funny.
Yeah.
So
I love that dance.
That was good.
The opening dance was just so good.
That was great. That was really, really fun. Yeah. Had a fun time, man. I really enjoyed it. Yeah, you got to check it when you get time, man. Definitely.
Yeah.
I saw like 65% of the movie. So
sure.
There's one part, and I'm not going to say it, that I want you to go back to see it just for that part.
I wonder.
You can probably figure it out towards the end. Not the very end, but right before the very end.
I don't remember. Dang, now I want to know. Yeah,
I'll put in the private chat.
Okay. Gio, don't look at that.
Oh,
but no, I'm not gonna. I'll hint it. You'll know exactly what I mean.
Okay.
Oh, I don't care. You can put again. I already know what you guys are talking about with the. I don't want to say controversial ending, but the ending.
Well, I will say, this is not it was movies. It's anti-man. No, it's not. It's really not. It's if anything, it's pro. I don't say pro man, but it kind of is, because it's like, hey, don't tie your your identity into your to your relationship or whatever you think this relationship is with this woman. You know, figure your
don't be a toxic douchebag man.
Yeah, just figure yourself out. You can do and be your own person, and people, and that whole idea can come together. If you can come together, but you know, it's Andy. Yes, thank you, our friend Andy Finger. It's pro equality, 100%. Yes, it really is. That's all it is. You know, so I've tried to ignore some of the real idiotic takes and opinions about this movie that are just people that just don't get it.
I tweeted it yesterday. At this point, if people were starting to freak out,
yes, okay,
then I know it's good and I need to go see it.
Right.
Like at this point, if there's oh, they're attacking man, oh, they're attacking, I'm like, okay, so it's good, so I'm gonna go see it.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, exactly. I saw a tweet that said, if you're mad about anything in here, then it's you.
Yeah, 100%.
So. Anyway.
Yeah.
But lot of fun.
Cool. Okay. Well, let's switch over real quick. I know Brian hasn't seen Oppenheimer yet. So
I'm actually enjoying how we're doing this without spoiling it.
Yeah.
It makes you kind of have to talk deeper about it. Than,
yeah, right.
Like, oh, that part where he's doing a douchebag. Like, sorry, Gio, go ahead. No,
you're fine. Keith, big Christopher Nolan fan, huge fan of the way he shoots his movies. Sound mixing's hit and miss, but like the cinematography, camera work, all that, Christopher Nolan. Oppenheimer, big story. Christopher Nolan's very passionate about it. J. Robert Oppenheimer, father of the atom bomb, big piece of history, not just U.S. history, but world during a dark time in our past. But how do you think Christopher Nolan did? Give me your thoughts on Oppenheimer.
This movie's excellent. I loved it. Man, I gotta say, it kind of went the way I wanted to see. I didn't get to, but I wanted to see Oppenheimer first because I knew it would be grim, and it is. Like I came out of it just feeling exactly. I'm like, God, see, everything sucks. Like, damn. But then I wanted to see Barbie to cheer myself up. I wound up having to see Barbie first, but yeah, man, great. Cillian Murphy. This is like his. This is his Beethoven's Fifth. Like he went for. I think everybody in this movie, definitely for Nolan. Man, this movie is really Cillian Murphy's performance is easily, and he's great in everything. I love him, but this is wow. I was really blown away by him. Robert Downey Jr. was really great.
Does Robert Downey Jr. Everyone keeps saying he's fantastic. So he has a decent sized part in the movie. He's not. Just
yes.
Yeah, he has a big part.
Yeah.
I would say he's the
senator. That's he's the what do you want to say? He's probably the antagonist of this movie.
He's definitely the antagonist, but he's would you say he's the second one with most screen time? Probably.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then alongside that, probably Alden Ehrenreich, because he's in nearly all his scenes.
Alden Ehrenreich, man,
he is great.
I just found out the other day that he was in it, and I got very excited.
He's so good in this.
He's really good.
So good in this. I mean, everybody is, but Emily Blunt did great monologue at the end. Her back and forth, her testimony thing at the end was really great.
I heard she's getting Oscar buzz.
Yes.
Damn. That last interrogation.
Yes, man. She just crushed it. I mean, everybody. Florence Pugh is really great, although a bit underused. And
it was a very interesting
oddly
choice what they decided to do with her character. I wasn't
and seeing what happened with her in real life, and they alluded to it. There's a quick flash. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about with her character.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but there's definitely controversy about what happens to her.
Yeah,
actually happened to her. But yeah, everybody's so good. Matt Damon. Matt Damon's really great as the army colonel, I guess. I don't know what his rank was.
Oh, Colonel General.
Yeah, Colonel General.
Yeah.
Same character that Ray. I'm sorry. Oh my gosh, that movie Fat Man and Little Boy.
Ray Stevenson?
No, who's? Oh my gosh, Paul Newman. I think it was Paul Newman. I don't know.
Ray Skywalker?
I think he played him, but sorry. Whoever, if anybody's seen the movie Fat Man and Little Boy,
Here, I'll look it up.
that lead is. It's a colonel with the mustache. It's the same character, same person. It's a real person. But yeah, I mean, I loved it. I loved it.
Who?
I want to see it again, but I don't.
Who was the person you were trying to figure out?
Oh, the actor who's in the movie Fat Man and Little Boy. Who's the lead actor?
Paul Newman?
Paul Newman. Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, I started to say salad dressing, but in my head, but I couldn't get it out. But yes, yes, Paul Newman plays him in that movie. They snuck in Casey Affleck.
Oh,
Yeah.
That was a sorry. Well, I spoiled that for you, Brian. I'm sorry. I forgot you hadn't seen it, but they slipped him in, which was a surprise.
Yeah, you're definitely gonna see some faces in here that you weren't expecting.
And
but,
that guy
you know,
was a maniac. Let's just say that character.
oh yeah,
Oh
Can I
my
say?
God.
So I heard a long time ago that he was in it.
Oh, okay.
But no, not Affleck. Him, Josh Hart.
Oh, Josh. Yes. Oh man. Yeah. Samir. Yeah. Good call. Yeah. Josh Hart.
I adored him in my teens, and I'm so glad he's back in doing stuff.
He was
Or
one
at
of those.
least-
He was one of those guys that he was supposed to be like
He was going to be the it boy,
the guy. Yeah, and he kind of just.
and then he said, "No, I'm good."
Yeah.
He just wanted a normal life. He
Right.
just quit and went and, worked on a ranch or something.
Yeah. He is really great in this. He's really great. He's really tall. I forgot how tall that guy is. He's tall too. Yeah, Rachel did not. Rachel said she did not catch Gary Oldman at all. Oh yeah,
yeah, not at all.
yeah. What a great scene between Truman. He plays Harry Truman, and the scene with him and Oppenheimer. Yeah, that's.
Oh, Oldman is Truman.
Yeah. He
No
played
way.
Gary Truman.
Damn.
Harry Truman. Excuse me. Gary Oldman played Harry Truman. But yeah.
I'm hearing a lot of people were very upset that Michael Caine is not in this movie.
I was waiting for either him and or Tom Hardy to show up somewhere. I really thought Tom Hardy would be in this movie at some point, but I was surprised he wasn't. But yeah. Gio, what'd you think?
Dude, the 3 hours flew by.
That's what I'm hearing.
Hardly didn't even notice. And, it's just, it's a combination of, what makes, movies with long run times, not feel like the magic of the audience not feeling it. You have great writing, great directing, acting, but then they very wisely use the music in there and the score, to help keep you engaged on the edge of your seat. Like, is something about to happen? And then every now and then, Christopher Nolan will do the occasional pop where it'll do a quick shot cut of the explosion or something. And, what you hear a lot of in the trailers, that boom, boom, boom. You hear a lot of that in this movie. And it's just, it fits the tension of what's happening, the conversations that are being had, like, how certain are you that this bomb won't keep going to where
Destroy
it's
the
like
whole world.
T2 Judgment Day, and it's like, going
Just
everywhere.
Chain
And
reaction.
How Oppenheimer and America are on a race, they're on a clock, because they're racing against the Nazis. you hear references about World War II,
And the Russians.
and then
turns out.
yeah, and then the way the movie's cut too, just it's very memento like, right? And he does it cleverly. He
Yeah.
uses the black and white to tell one timeline,
Right.
to tell another timeline, and it's just like
That part, and for a lot of it, all the scenes, and I was just noticed all the stuff with Robert Downey Jr. was in black and white.
yeah,
Until near the very end. And I wondered if,
and I think at the very beginning too, when they first show him in Einstein,
maybe, I think, you might be right. But I wondered, because it seems like the story, it's like there's when they're recruited, it's kind of early Oppenheimer, like when he's studying overseas, and then they're recruiting him like right before the war, and then it looks like his I won't say trial, his hearings afterwards.
Yeah,
that's where it seems like most of the movie is set.
It's the aftermath with the hearings and trying to paint a bad picture of him.
Right.
The beginning, and then that whole middle that gets capped off with the Trinity test sequence, which, by the way, man, just oh my god, that whole sequence,
it was so different from what I thought it was going to be. The way they shot that, like it was
the countdown to it, the fact that they very cleverly, play with the audio a little bit.
Right, there's no sound. Then they're right.
Complete silence. Boom. It's just bravo, man.
Rachel, this is stuff that happened in real life, right? She's saying that.
I kind of purposely tuned out. That's why I'm not looking at this.
I'm not gonna spoil, but okay. I mean, listen. Spoiler alert: they make the bomb and they drop them.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I'm not too worried about it. I would just be more like, there's like a really good part that like.
Brian. We haven't said a thing, but there's. I mean, no matter how much you talk about the movie,
So
but I think no amount of discourse is gonna rob you of the experience of.
Jake already told me, or whatever you wanted to say. Jake, we were doing POV or something and mentioned the trial. So like I already know the trial part and stuff.
Sure.
But if there's like any like really good parts, like a specific, I'd be more annoyed if there's like a really good specific part and you like went into detail.
No, yeah, 100, yeah,
But like saying who's in it and whatever, I don't.
I mean, you might be able to do a tier ranking. What's up?
The safecracker guy from Army of the Dead was in it.
Matthias Schweighöfer.
Yeah,
Matthias Schweighöfer. Who is
he?
I
didn't know that. He was hold on, let me get this guy's name.
And was Dane DeHaan in it or no?
Dane DeHaan was in it. He was the other army guy.
He was the army guy, right?
Rami Malek. Hold on, me.
David Maskalkian. Matthias Schweighöfer.
Schweighöfer. Yeah, he plays Heisenberg. He's the scientist that
what?
He plays the guy. What's Heisenberg's name? The German scientist.
Heisenberg.
Werner Heisenberg. Yeah, he plays him. So I was like, oh,
dude, like no joke. Everybody who's in this movie had a moment to shine.
Yes.
Some more than others, but everyone had a moment. I freaking hated Jason Clarke's character. Man,
I know, right? Yeah. He played an appropriate jerk. And they're trying to Brian, this isn't a spoiler, but this is what they're trying to basically what the hearings are about, or whether or not Oppenheimer can keep his security clearance. That's basically it. But yeah, you go into. I didn't know that he was such a complicated guy. I love the way. Who's the Benny Safdie? Benny Safdie plays the Russian scientist that actually figured out that the chain reaction part of atoms have whatever's in them that you can just fire a neutron at an atom and split it open, and it'll split open more atoms and blah blah blah.
Split open the atom, yeah.
Right, and that chain reaction. That's what I love how they were questioning. Is this going to destroy? Like, this, really had to wonder. Like, is there a chance we can't stop this reaction? Like, we might destroy the whole Earth.
The chances are near zero.
Right.
Near zero.
Yeah. Yes. But yeah, man. I was another person I was talking about. I forgot who it was. But the way he's recruiting all the scientists, which I love all those scenes. The way he worked with them, just the way they were all just figuring all this stuff out. Like, it was just, and then the aftermath of, like, you could tell. Like I said, Oppenheimer. I didn't know he was such a complicated guy. Because like, he seemed, from what I've read, like, he really never showed any real remorse for this, but he knew, like, it's like he knew it was bad, and you can see that in this performance. Like, he knew, like, they need to win this war. They need to stop the Nazis. It was important for the world to win this war, but also kind of like, this is a terrible weapon we're creating that is going to change. You see it in his very last line of the movie.
Nolan goes heavy on that.
Yeah.
Like, I gave them the weapon to destroy themselves.
And the imagery at the end is just, wow. That was, it's, and he was,
man.
He was, I mean, they say he was a womanizer. He was him and Emily Blunt, I'll just say they were bad parents. Just what a great movie, Brian. I'll just say, Brian, I know you don't like slow stuff. There's a lot of, this movie's mostly dialogue. Honestly, it's just people sitting down talking. But if
it's intense, then that's fine.
Yes, I'm saying, if you stay with it, it is compelling. Like, you'll,
I asked Jake, flat out, because I always ask him when he sees a movie for me. I'll be like, "Is this a movie I'm gonna like?" And if he'll tell me flat out yes or no, and he's like,
yeah, you'll like it. There's more, like, on its surface. Like I said, the fact that it's doing so well, it makes me happy, because, like I said, it's 3 hours and there's almost no action. Like, really not any.
Oh no, nobody's shooting guns, no war sequences or anything.
I mean,
like that.
if it's action by the means of performance, then I'm totally fine with that.
And that's what'll keep you. Like I said, everybody's performances are so, the word I keep saying is compelling. It's hard to turn away, So, but it is a full 3 hour. I mean, it's 3 hours. Like, when you get out of it, you're like, dang. It's because, like you said, it kind of, you don't really notice it until the movie's over. Like, I'm gonna start at 11.
I mean, I'm definitely excited. Like, I do want to see it. It's funny because, like, did you both see it in IMAX?
No.
Unfortunately,
the only IMAX that was available, that's how good this movie's doing. The only IMAX that was available was the two front rows.
Ooh.
Can't do it.
No.
Can't do it.
You mean you didn't want to actually be blown away by the atomic bomb?
Yeah, right.
Because I'm debating whether or not to see it.
I think if you can.
Because I think Jake said it's the 70 millimeter or whatever.
Yeah.
Thing.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of like, part of me's like, just go full out.
If you can, go see it in IMAX, man. Because I think he kind of, Gio, you talked about the sound earlier. Like, it's like he went the opposite way, like from Tenet, where, like, you can't hear anyone. Now it's here. There's parts where it's like it's super loud, especially the music. Like, there's some parts where the music really picks up, and it's like almost
the whole lead up to the Trinity.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then it goes quiet. Well, I don't know what you.
That scene, it kind of puts you what I think he was going for, and I don't know, but is that maybe that weird? That's maybe how they felt, the people that were there witnessing it, like this weird disorientation, because they didn't even know, they don't really know what was going to happen, you know. So Shane Rose very good. No, it's nice. Yeah, it's kind of Rachel. Yeah, I think you're right. It's kind of a courtroom procedural. You can say that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, definitely when they're doing the Trinity test, like you kind of, I think that's what he was going for. He's trying to give you the feeling of what they probably felt like when they were witnessing it, because I was kind of confused, and then kind of like, what is happening? I couldn't really tell. It went differently than I thought it would, but it's really great though. But yeah, Brian, I think you will like this.
I think I will too. Like, it's funny because I feel like more people have told me, like, or tried to encourage me to go see it, as if they already know I'm thinking I'm not gonna like it. And I'm like, no. Like, I actually want to. Like, I do want to see it. I've had so many people be like, I know you're scared to see it. I'm like, no, I'm not. I just want to see it. I want to see it. They're like, it's not.
I think if you watch it at home. So you got to go to see it.
I don't want to watch it at home. I don't want to watch it.
See, if you watch it at home, you'll pick up your phone and you might.
There's certain movies that whatever, like Fast X. I was like, if I watch it at home, whatever.
Right.
It's like I don't need to take it that seriously. This is one that I know I would want to see in theater just because it's the scale of it too.
Yeah.
I think it would be doing it a disservice to, like, I wish I would have known about Interstellar when it was in theaters. Like, I only got to experience it through being at home.
Same,
and that was great. But, I mean, now knowing, like, what it could have been like to see that in theaters, like, I would much rather have. You just know certain movies are going to be better when you have the full experience rather than sitting on the couch. And then there's just ones that it doesn't really matter either way, like Fast X or Shazam Fury God, like these types of things. So it's like whatever. So I have zero. To be completely honest, if I don't see it in theaters, I probably would never watch it because it's just like I don't think it would be the same experience.
Yeah.
So, and you're 100% right. 3 hours sitting on a couch watching this, I would be on my phone 80% of the time.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I mean, that kind of, it's funny because that actually happened a lot with the movies when we did movie watching challenge. Like, if I would have seen those in a theater or something, it would probably have been a completely different story. But sitting at home, it's a completely different ball game.
I've had that happen in the opposite as well, where it's like I see something at home and I'm like, well, okay, but I talk about all this on this channel all the time, all the Fast and Furious movies. I watch them at home. I've never seen one in theater, so I'm like, yeah, they're all right, or I don't know, something else, whatever. But you see a movie where it's like, okay, if I had seen this in theater, I probably would have hated it. But you watch it at home, it's like, no, it wasn't that bad.
There's something about, like, I think also your money's worth. Like,
yes,
if I am gonna pay $20,
and make the effort and get up and get in your car and go and
100%.
All the
like,
yeah.
It better be worth it. Whereas, like, I know I'm gonna get silly, stupid, like not needing to pay full attention at all times with like I don't know why I haven't even seen Fast X, but that as an example.
No, yeah, that's
So it's I don't know, because like if I haven't seen it, so I might end. Who knows? Maybe I'll like it. But like, let's say I went and saw Shazam: Fury of the Gods and paid the money for it, and then came out and it was like, or like Justice League, like that type of experience where it's like I would have been fine watching that at home.
Yeah.
So it's like I don't know. Like you said, it's the whole effort in like. I mean, you have to put an effort to it. You have to get there. You have to
Well, you can figure out time.
Yeah, you figure out time exactly. So yeah, no, I definitely, honestly, it's figuring out when I have the time and what type of, am I going to see it in XD or IMAX or what I can.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
I wish they would have split these. It was fun. I know Barbenheimer, blah blah blah. And I mean, both look like they're doing very well. I mean, of course, Barbie's crushing. It's probably, if it's not already, it's going to be number one.
I think Samir said in the chat, it has yet to do a day under $20 million.
That's crazy. Wow.
We're almost at a week.
I think it's 500 million already. It hasn't been out. It's been out for like what, 7 days?
It'll pass 300 million.
Domestic.
But domestic though. I'm talking worldwide. 300.
Worldwide, yeah.
Worldwide, isn't it 500?
Worldwide, the first of the weekend was 300 million.
Yeah. I thought I heard. Well, whatever it is, yeah, but
it's doing insane numbers.
I mean, well, which is great. I'm glad. I just wish they would have. It was a lot to go see these two movies in one weekend. And the way this year's been, when we've had movies back to, everything's been so stacked this year with all the summer.
I honestly think that in a multiversal alternate reality, them being split up, it would change things. I think the Barbenheimer thing
that helped it.
Is something that no one expected, and it almost became an event that you had to do.
Sure.
Like it was, like, I mean, people. I saw people that I'm friends with being like, Barbenheimer's weekend, but I'm like, in what world are you going to go see an Oppenheimer movie? Yeah. Like it was almost just like where I'm doing it so I can say I did it.
Yeah. Yep. That's definitely the thing.
So, and I mean, like Gio had said,
it's two different audiences for sure.
It's literally dark and gloomy versus bright and cheerful-ish, right. Whatever we want to call it. But like Gio said earlier, like, name a movie ever that there came out on the same day where people were making T-shirts for them, and it was branding.
Yeah.
Like I've never seen anything like it before, to the point where like I honestly think that pushed a good chunk of the money.
Right.
Like I mean,
yeah.
I would love to know what the difference would have been had it been separate. Because I bet you money it would be different. Maybe not by much, but there was somewhere total probably like 100 million somewhere.
They're both they're counter. It's counter programming. Each one, like I said, we're different audiences for both. I mean, Oppenheimer seemed like, Barbie's, like we talked about earlier, you got generations of women going to see it together, friends, women friend groups going to see it, families. You're not Oppenheimer, like your parents are going to see Oppenheimer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that one definitely kind of skewed older, but yeah, I don't know. I think it depends on whichever one came out first. Like I think Barbie probably would have crushed either way, but
Barbie probably would have.
If Oppenheimer would have been first, it probably would have helped. That would have been better for that to come out first. Then
it's kind of like Gio said earlier, they caught lightning in a bottle situation where it was just one of those, like, it just pure fate type thing. And the best thing that they ever did for these is, instead of like competing, it was like
they
encouraging each other.
Right. Yeah.
Becoming not one movie, but one event. The second, because correct me if I'm wrong, Nolan kind of was throwing a little temper tantrum for a little while. And then all of a sudden, like, it's kind of switched and became together. And then it just took off to the Barbenheimer type thing. It was like a bragging thing that people or that like Margot Robbie and them were all holding tickets to the movies, and then fucking Tom Cruise was trying to get in on it with Mission Impossible, and they were like, "No, we're good,
Yes.
guys."
I do think Warner Brothers did this to Nolan on purpose to try to,
Well, it backfired.
But yeah,
because
I mean, Oppenheimer's still doing well. I mean, Barbie was going to crush, like I said, either way. But they definitely were trying to bury him, I think.
I'm sure, but it didn't
work. Oh no, yeah, he's
an event. It
yeah,
became,
exactly.
This people will look back. This will be like a movie thing that people study and probably look back on. Like
Sure.
This has never happened. When has this ever happened before?
Yeah.
To this level. Gia, what did you say? Dark Knight and Mamma Mia? Like that's the closest we ever got to something like this.
Yeah.
Movie wise, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember this was a totally different thing, but it was music. But I mean, I don't know if you guys. I mean, you would have been probably high schoolers at the time, but 50 Cent and Kanye West had their albums coming out on the same day.
I remember that.
Kanye West, I think it was it Home? What was it? Shoot, can't remember. What was his third album? Whatever. All right, here's our buddy Jacob Bartley. Anyway,
what are you talking about?
Homecoming. I think is it Homecoming?
Graduation.
Yeah. Versus whatever 50 Cent's album was that year.
Curtis.
Yeah, thank you.
You can never talk about hip hop again, ever.
Yeah, knock it off.
You're done.
50 Cent's.
You can only do it on Bartley and Bart. Oh wait, no, that shows.
Well, now see, that's enough. Listen, we'll be back. We're coming back soon. Okay, we'll be back. Whoever, I think Curtis said Baby Berlin would be here before our next episode of Berlin. I'm now kind of worried because we're getting close.
Yeah, you are. You're a month and a half for this shit away, I think.
So I got a race. I got a race to beat that. But no. But yes. That's fun. Like I said, it was a lot though to go see both. Not that I've never done that before, but I mean, 2 movies in a weekend. I mean, we would have done it. Like we go see something. I don't know, a Spider-Man movie. We'll see it on Thursday and go see it again on Sunday or something. Like I've done that, but that doesn't mean it's not like that takes some effort. But seeing Barbie, like I said, Friday night, and then going to see a 3-hour movie on Sunday, it was a lot. So on that sense, I kind of sort of it was fun. Like I said, good time. I'm glad they're both doing well, but. Yeah, Brian, maybe you're right. It probably would have been different, I think, if they had been split up. But it's fun either way. Like I said, they're both doing well. I'm glad. So
yeah,
hey.
It's a win for movies.
Yeah, for now, because who knows what's going to happen the rest of this year and next year? Who knows? We're talking about the awards and stuff. I mean, that's if we even. I'm curious to see if we get what we get if any of the releases come, for award season or who knows? I don't know what's going to happen. There's not going to be any promoting of any of these movies. So unless they figure out a deal here between the the studios and the actors and the writers. So I don't know, but.
Well, I think the most important thing that we can wrap it up on with series. The most important thing is that it shows if you have quality movies, butts will be put in theaters,
yes,
and not just pushing out bullshit to push it out.
Right.
And
100%
movies
right.
can be profitable still if you put out good stuff.
And you hire directors that have a vision, like obviously a Nolan and Greta Gerwig, and let them do it. Let them do the thing they're going to do.
Yep.
I don't know what her pitch was, but whatever. I mean, it worked, because this could have been terrible. There's, it's I think it's really great. Nolan, obviously, he's a guy that he can kind of do what he wants. So, and any studio will pretty much let him. But yeah, man, You can still make. You can take a property, obviously Barbie being a property, and still make it. Like I said, get a good director with a vision and let them do it, and it's gonna be good. And look what it's doing. So yeah, you're absolutely right. Make something good, not something generic, not something written by AI. AI couldn't have made either one of these movies. Let the artists art.
Yep.
You'll make your money.
All right, well, that's going to do it for this week's Apocaflix Now. Thank you so much for hanging out with us as we talked Barbenheimer and went through both our thoughts for Barbie and Oppenheimer. Thank you to everyone in the chat. Appreciate the birthday love for both Jacob and I. Yeah, really appreciate all the love and support. You'll probably see me at some point in August as I begin my new adventure traveling. And you can find all of our social media handles and channels down there in the description. Thank you so much again. And until the next Apocaflix Now, you guys take care.